Yeah, wall. Mic test. Alright, we're back to this. Right now, I have a very different setup, so things might not work exactly the way they should be. So, bear with me. So, just in case, a quick review. Okay, I just wonder if I get things right over here first. Okay, things are wrong at the moment. There we go. So, okay, right now I just have to like figure it out how I can share my own screen. Let's see. Oh boy, setup is very different today. Okay, so let me see. If I'm correct. Right now, you can see what's back over here. So we have that. And then also at the same time, this is where we left off. We made this Fourier series visualization tool. So this is one of its presets, which is spike flower. The only difference is the first amplitude, rather than 30, it's now 22.5 because it's 360 divided by 16. So we have that. Made it faster, made it smaller, made the nodes smaller a bit. So yeah, this is where we left off today. Now today we have a few features need to be added to this thing. First thing first, this box over here is a little bit too small, so I'm thinking maybe by default we make it bigger, something like that. After that, we will have a new type of settings such that the white trail will move as well. So the right trail can move to the left, move to the right, up, down, whatsoever, or rotate, or zoom in, or zoom out. I don't know, depends. It's actually just easy UV changing stuff. So we might also bring these trail X and Y length and speed and move it somewhere else, or I don't know, probably we'll just figure it out along the way. So let's do that. Alright. Well, not exactly new. Show more options. I want to edit this thing. Open with code. There we go. So we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. There we go. Oh dear. Yes, I trust the orders. That's me myself. Don't need Copilot at the moment. Alright, so here we are. Alright, let's add a few new stuff. Alright, let's go. First thing first, we need a new settings box. There we go, settings box. Let's call this thing physics configurations, or okay, instead of calling them configurations, we just call them configs. You know, lesser words. Otherwise, it's a little bit clogged. The entire page. That's what I meant. Just in case, chat, if you cannot exactly hear me, remember to tell me though. Or wait, you know what? I can actually check that right now. Let me see. What? Test. It has a few delays. I'm not sure if this thing is working or not. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pretend that it's working because from my phone, yes, I can hear myself a little bit. Okay, back to work. Configs. Oh, so at the same time, since now we are debugging stuff, let's go with background color, black. There we go, hit save. So for now, what we're gonna get should look something like that. Harmonic configs, misconfigs, visual configs, physics configs. Right now, nothing yet. Okay, back over here. Now, over here. Field. Yeah, these are called field. Okay. Let's move things around a little bit. Let me cut that. Paste it over here. And then cut this hole. And then bring it down over here. So hit save. If we were to go back over here, and then let's hit refresh. There we go. So we move them from here to here. Alright. Next, we need more fields. Trail speed. Trail W. Okay. So that's for moving left and right, up and down. Next one is rotation. Other than rotation, the next one is zoom. Oh, hey, Nyewo, good to see you. There we go, you caught up, yay! Right now, we're just adding new stuff. Yippee! Cool. Alright, let's see. Trail W. What else? Oh yeah, zoom. Or, you know, whatever works. We need these 4 parameters. Yeah, something like that. Alright, time to copy and paste some of this stuff. For now, I'm just gonna say input value. Right now, I'm gonna just say 0 by default. They should not be doing anything at all. Control C, Control V, thing ID. Field. Trail W. X speed. Yeah, that will do. Okay, I think I'll just copy and paste this whole thing. Control C, Control V, and Control V all the way down. Just give them slight different names. There we go. So we have that. Rotation. Zoom. There we go. So we have that. This is where we have to go split screen. And also at the same time, let me go do that. Control S. And then now if we come back over here, let's hit refresh. So here are the new stuff right over here. Right now, they do nothing. So yeah. Okay. Next. Now we're just gonna let them do stuff. First thing first, we have to make sure in the global variables we need place for them to stay. Okay, so trail X speed, cut, now it's over here. Trail Y speed, cut, now it's over here. Bars, those are the bars. Other than that, nothing much else. Okay. X and Y, okay. Bar. Tracer trail, should we go with that? Okay, you know what? Tracer trail W. Yeah, good name. Let's go with that. Tracer trail W. X speed. Right now it's gonna be 0. And then I can just copy this whole thing. That's Y. And then we have rotation. And then we have zoom. Zoom can be negative or positive. As long as it's a real number, not a complex one, then we're good. Okay, I think we have that. Oh boy, how many times are we going to split the screen though? Okay, nope, not that one. Oh wait, yeah, I can split the screen over here. Oh boy, this is where we go extremely crazy though. Let me go. Oh, there we go. I'm not quite sure if you can actually read that. It's been pretty interesting since I'm trying to learn coding for Minecraft map. Eh, good to see you, Angel Dusty. Huh. You know what, to be honest, the first time when I see code or coding stuff is also in Minecraft as well, because back in the days, I don't know how can I use what was it? Commands. So I have to build the whole house block by block, and it's really time consuming. And then afterwards, when I finally upgraded from what 1.3 something, upgraded until like 1.6 or 1.8 or something, I finally get to touch the commands. And then one of them is fill, which is extremely efficient. And then another extremely helpful one is clone. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Somewhere else I should have done a button. Control C, Control B, Control V, sorry. Alright, button long harmonic config. Well, to be honest, we don't need these IDs, to be honest, so we can just remove those, because after all the functions are gonna get called here instead. So yeah, Oh, I done the same thing up there. Okay, good. Hmm? Tried making a horror map. Oh, with command blocks, but stopped a while ago since it was too much. It just wasn't good enough for the public. Huh. A horror map. Have you done any other types of maps before? You don't have to exactly start with something extremely huge though. You can always start with simple stuff and then just keep on adding more stuff. I would say you can actually just start with a complete draft. You just have fun and have experiments inside of it. It doesn't need to be extremely perfect at the beginning. And then once you know how things work, then you can start building things the way that you want. But this is the place where you'll encounter bugs. Because when you're experimenting, you are not expecting bugs. You just see what happens. But when you start to making things that you exactly want, sometimes things may not go the way that you want, and then that's a bug. Config visuals. MISC. Okay. Over here, this is where I'll go. Function pull wall config physics. There we go. There we go. So trail speed. Let me cut that. Let me paste it over here. Let me cut that, and then let me paste it here. Would you be open to teach me the way of making jump scares or sounds and these things for it? Well, just in case, fill and clone are the only two things, or those two commands are the only two commands I know how to use in Minecraft, because in Minecraft I'm an architect. I build stuff in Minecraft. Oh boy. I would say you might have to look up for YouTube tutorials for that. I'm not an expert when it comes to like command block coding. However, I would say sometimes rather than command blocks, sometimes, rarely, you'll use redstones. So I would say try both. I almost forgot. There we go. Alright, so that's the thing. Now we just have to put these names down over here. So we'll just go Control C, Control V. No more bars. And then we'll just paste it over here. However, I believe our server have a few Minecraft enthusiasts, but still, I'll do what I can. Okay, there we go. So right now, it's pull docket user num. Okay, and then I'll just copy and paste across the whole thing. Alright. This means I can close this right now, and I can move over here. Okay, now I just have to like copy and paste this whole thing. Control C. So that's the X speed for the W trail. Control V. That is Y instead. Now over here we'll go with rotation. And then over here we'll go with zoom. Alrighty. Let's close this thing. Let's save it. Now, for now, nothing will happen or nothing can be seen. So, this is where we have to like reflect the effect. in one of the update functions. So I have to figure it out where it is. Config harmonics, draw members, trail generate. I think trail generate, is that okay? I need a few documentations. Update wipers. Update tracer position. Right. Tracer core particles. Okay, at what point do we start pushing stuff? Okay, at this point. Where is the one that triggers everything? Ah! Okay, so this is the place where it starts triggering everything. Trail generate. Okay, I think this is also where we can say maintain what does the trails looks like. Alright, so that's one thing. Next, okay. Okay, so update white trail particles positions based on physics. Okay, so trace a trail. Okay, we need a for loop for this. For let I equals 0, I smaller than trace a trail dot length I plus plus. Here's what I gotta do, and then we can go trace a trail. Inside trace a trail, it's a whole bunch of 2D arrays. So Shift X and Y, tracer trail I 0 tracer trail W X speed, tracer trail I 1, tracer trail W Y speed. Now rotate. Oh boy, rotate. Okay. Tracer trail. Okay. Yikes. Okay, first we need to know the angle first. So we can say let temp angle be whatever this is, and then we can go math dot aten2 or arctangent trail x no tracer trail I and then 0 tracer trail I and then 1. So we have that. That will give us the angle, and then oh dear. That thing is in radiant. So okay, then we have tracer W rotation, but also at the same time DAG to red. Do we have red DAG? No. Okay, we have that. Okay, so once added the angle, okay, we need to know radius. So we can go with this thing, that thing, this thing squared plus that thing. Well, this is actually Pythagoras theorem in action though. This thing, that thing, and then that. And then we'll take the square root of this thing. And then once we have that, we can just rotate the angle, and then now we can say tracer trail I 0 is or maybe I can just do this. We can then say math dot, so x is cos, and then we can go temp angle multiply by temp radius, math dot sin for the y-axis, temp angle multiply by temp radius. Okay, cool. Next, zoom. Okay. So once we have that, now we're just gonna start zooming. First thing first, we need to know which direction we are in. So okay, my bad. I should have said this. So this will become wrong right now. And then rot angle, temp, rot angle, temp, rot radius, temp, rot angle, and then temp, rot radius. There we go. Alright, next zoom. First things first, we're just gonna say let temp zoom angle. We need to know which direction it should be. So we're just gonna use arctan 2 again. Arctan 2 again, and then so that's the position angle. Okay. Tracer trail I 0, and then now we have this. Wait, no, this one is x, so it's cos. Math.cos, and then we'll just go with the angle. Zoom angle multiplied by whatever the speed is. So tracer trail W zoom, and then the same goes with I1. Now there is a possibility that this might be one of the shorter streams for today, but we'll see. Tracer trail W zoom. Alright, once we have that, I think we can give this a go. So let me hit save, and then once we come back over here, let's hit refresh. So right, oh dear god, okay, should that happen? Okay, I'm afraid not. Let me see. I think I messed up some of the global vars, I guess. Let me take a look. That should not happen at the first place. Okay, let me check. I think. Okay, that is fine. One of the functions. Where do I get to do that again? Harmonics. Uh-oh. No wonder I thought I forgot something. I forgot to do my Duolingo. The green owl is not gonna be happy with that one. Don't worry, I'll do that. Tracer trail W's X speed and Y speed. Right now there is 0. But why? That should not happen. Okay, let me go. Let me go with 360, 0, and then let's go with a 4. What it's like. Like, it's completely 0 over here. Alright, let's see which part is wrong. Alright, time to debug. So for now, this one has no problem, and then I'm gonna just go with 360.04. So this is what we get. Let me do it that way. Okay, so now if I go with this, or did I get it wrong? Oh wait, could it be where is the button? Oh yeah, right, I forgot. Physics. Config physics. I should have copied this whole thing, and then I'm gonna just paste it up there. I might not get it right. Yeah, there we go. No wonder it doesn't work. Control B. Alright, that should be good. Hit save. So 360.02 config. So right now is a circle. If I go with 1, boom. Now it starts moving to the right. Okay, that's good. If I go -1, now it goes to the left. Alright, good. Going to 0. If I were to go that way. Yes, good. And now it's moving down. Alright, good. If I were to combine. There we go. So we have that. Okay, so that part is not a problem. Alright. Let's see. Where is the generate thingy? Visuals, disk, harmonics. Draw canvas, harmonics, disk, visuals, physics. Those are configs. Alright, so that one has no problem at all. Now this one. Alright, let's see. So right now, okay, this is what we have. But why is it? Okay, rotation has problem. This should not happen though, although it looks pretty cool, but it should not look like that. For every tracer trail, do that. Move things, and then math.how Okay, let's see. Number and a number. Let's just hope that my assumption was correct. So let me go here, let me go here, and then let me go JavaScript math.how. Base exponent. Yes, that's the way. Yeah, that is my assumption, yes. Radius. That's the distance, okay. Temporal angle. Okay, the problem lies within here. When I use cos and sin, do I say it's in math or not? Let me take a look. Say anything. Math.cos, math.sin. So yeah, we have that. Capital letters? No, we're good. Okay, this might be stupid, but let's try this. Control C, Control V. If this is the issue, then this is actually stupid. Syntax-wise. Tracer, trail, I, 1. Save. So once we do that, okay, it's still having the same problem. Alright, let's see. Just goes back and forwards real quick. So I believe that's not the problem. Or oh, wait, what? Is it XY or YX? It's YX. Really? Really? So it's 1, 0. Hit save. There we go. So basically, if I just were to say 0, 0, 2, right now, it's just gonna stay there. and it does nothing. But if I go with this, it starts drawing itself because it starts to rotate. And then if I were to go with 360 and then 1, boom, there we go. That's what we get. Oh boy, this is actually beautiful. I'm speechless right now, but let's see if we can make it go faster, but that's a little bit too quick. 370, config. Hey, this actually looks pretty good. Alright, let's do an experiment. Let's see if we can do this. Oh wait, I don't have the spike right now. Okay. Because if I don't have it spinning it, by default, okay, let's say if I want to do that. So this tells me for every this much, we're gonna do this. And then now, it's gonna do that. Okay, wrong direction. There we go. Hmm. 180. Huh. How? Okay, I think we need to multiply something with the time scale. Time scale. So Control C, Control V. Radius. Angle. Multiply by time scale. Oh. Okay, we can do that. And then hit save. And then we got that. Alright, cool. So 0, 0, 2, this thing. Let's go with 1. So right now it's over there. If I were to do that, I'm hoping to do 180. And there we go. That's the thing. So right now, when over here it says 180, it's relative to this thing. It's the same thing over here. It's just the time scale. That's the spirit. Let's go. That's cute. 1440. So now we actually have a reference frame according to the first radius. This is actually pretty good. Alright, we can finally see if the last one is working. Hit save. There we go. So right now, 0. Wait, no. 1440. This 2. And then boom. Right now, just a simple circle. But if I were to start the zoom thingy. Okay, that's very weird. That's really weird. Should that happen? Definitely big no. Okay, zoom angle. Oh, yeah, right. It's YX instead of XY. That's a stupid thing. Let me hit save. Alright, let's do that again. 1440. 1. Nah. 2. And then config. Now it starts drawing the circle. Zoom. Bam. There we go. That's what it should happen. Uh-oh. Let me go with 800. I don't know. Is this normal? Alright, let's go with 32. That's a little bit too much. Okay, probably when the what was it called? The coordinates gets way too far, it becomes hard to manage. So now we have that. Right. There we go. So we have that. Now we're just gonna say let me go 22.5 0 0.5. I don't know, probably something like that. Yep, so we have that. Yeah, that's exactly what we're aiming for today. Now, here comes the new problem. As this thing goes, like, because there are actually way too many squares or settings, things becomes way too wide, and then on Wix sometimes you cannot access things that are outside the column, so we might have to move things around. Okay, so a little bit of UI time. Or wait, hold on. I got an idea. Let's also use, okay, for this one let's go with space scale. once we have that, now we just have to figure it out, the layout of this whole thing. I'm thinking about the visual things are somehow quite secondary, so I think we can actually move that to the next row. Okay, cool. And then visual configs. Yep, that's the one we can move. Control C. Wait, no, not Control C. Control X. And then Control V. With that, we can hit save, refresh, and that's gone. That is because it's now down here. Well, does not look that good anymore, but oh, well, deal with it, I suppose. Also, at the same time, let me there we go. 130. Let's go 300, shall we? So I'm gonna hit save. So it's something like that. Okay. 550. I believe we can go with 500 right now. Same go with this one, and then the same goes with that one. Hit save. Yeah, something like that. Or we can go with 400. Let's hit save, and let's see where 400 is. Okay. If that's the case, 300 might be too much. We can go with 250. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks decent. Okay, so let's go with 400. And then this one is also 400. Hit save. Hello, I want this one. Hit save. There we go, that's more compact. Oh boy, this thing is really should we make a collapse or hide thingy? Alright, you know what? Since we have only been streaming for like 1 hour or something, we can make things pretty over here. Things are not taking exactly way too long. Now, this is the part where I have to go ask ChatGPT some stuff. And let's see how we can collapse divs. There we go. So, there we go. Excuse me. Okay, here we are. This is the part where I ask how to make a wiper. Alright. How to collapse or expand a div. Oh no. Oh. Smooth expand collapse animation instead of displaying none. Max height transition. Alright, let's dissect this one by one rather than vibe coding. Collapse state, just to make it looks nice. Content. Hashtag. Class list toggle. Alright, let's see. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So the animated version, okay, so okay, I'm just going to ask a few questions that I don't know. In CSS, what does the hashtag does? Select the element with this specific ID. Oh. Okay. Oh, so that one targets class. Okay. Can an element have more than one class? Because it's a class list, so I'm thinking it can have more class. To separate them with spaces inside the class attribute. Box, highlight, shadow. I have 3 classes. Oh, okay. Okay. That's pretty neat. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Can we make a class and call it collapse box so that it can be toggled? On and off. Alright, so here's how we do it. In CSS, collapse box, this, that. Dot open. Now to show the content. Let box document get the ID. Box classless toggle open. So originally it has that. And then once it's toggled. Okay, you know what? Should we test this? Okay, let me try this. Okay. Right here, this is where we are going to have a whole bunch of buttons. Control C, Control V. Harmonics. Other than that, we have after harmonics is disk. And then after that is visuals. And then after that is physics. Let's make a new class just like what it says, and then let's see if we can copy it. Collapse box. For the open, I don't think that's a good idea. Control C, and then let's go back here. Control V. So we have that. So probably by default all settings box are turned off. Okay, instead of max height we can go with max width. And then max width. Okay. Then we'll see. Control save. Wait, I think I got a message. Oh, hey, welcome. Just in case, I know how to speak Chinese or Mandarin, so I would just say, hi, good to see you, mysterious dog. How things are going? Yeah. Alright, where we were. Oh, right. I have to make the toggle functions. Oh boy, this will be extremely alright, there we go. Function over. Alright, let me ask a weird question. But before that, there we go. Okay, let me go here and let me ask in Java. Oh wait, no. When a button triggers a function by using onClick, can the function carry parameters, say something like, okay, I'm going to say it's a div, and then the class button, and then on click. This is a function with params, and then just do that, and then just alright, let's see what it says. Oh, we can do that? Oh, that's gonna be neat. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alright, so now excuse me. Alright. I would say this is where we need to say, give me the ID. And then we can then say field settings box. Alright. Control C. Okay. And then let's see. We can go with settings box. Let's go with harmonics. Okay, next. Oh, no. ID is next one. This is MISC. Next one. That one is, wait, this one's physics. Oh, right, because that one over here is visuals. Oh wait, no. There we go. ID, paste, visuals. Alright, so that's the ID. Config show hide in name. Let's see. Okay. Over here we're just gonna let set box. The first thing is harmonics. So we will use Docketel and then do the same thing. Set box for MISC. Oop. Ah! Nope, that's not what I meant. Docketel. Do the same thing. Set box. Physics. Docketel. And then finally set box visual. Docketel. Now we just have to like tell them exactly what it is to look for. So here we go. Control C adds for the harmonics. Control C. This one is for MISC. And then Control C. This one is for physics. And then Control C. This one is for visuals. So for now, all of them, let's just collapse every one of them. Okay. Instead of toggling the class, can we set the class state of an element? Let's see how it's done. Overrides any other class. Okay. Add or remove a specific class. Class list. Remove and add. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, so class list, add, and then just the name. Okay, got it. Just gonna like copy this whole thing, paste it over here. Control C. Alright, set box, do the same thing. MISC, do that. And then physics, do that. This thing, do that. And then finally, let set box open. Pull docket down. Now in this case, this is where we get the name that we want to open. And now we can say set box open class list. Okay, instead of that, just remove that. Instead of add is remove. Alright, so now we hit save. So now we have that. Okay. Config show hide. And then we can just paste it over here. Paste it over here. Paste it over here. Okay, and now Control C. 3. Right. Backspace or backslash. Or we have to use that single quotes. Okay, I think it is. Okay. Next, MISC. Control C. There we go. Next, this one over here. And then finally, Control C. This one over here. Okay. This one is visuals, and this one is physics. That one is MISC, and then harmonics. capital H, capital H, capital H. That's all. Hit save. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Probably no, during first try. Okay, sort of. Oh dear. Okay, sort of. Okay. Okay, we are almost there. That does not exactly work that well, so let me cut that. Let me paste that. Let me hit save. Right now we have that. Okay, let's see. Okay. In my case, I have multiple settings box. Each of them has their own width. Oh wait. No. My map looks good. Thank you. But just in case, right now I'm focusing on JavaScript, not VRChat. But okay. Oh. I remember there is something called hidden. Max height. Oh. Okay. Thanks. You know what? Probably after the stream, I might go to VRChat, and then we'll take a look. Just in case, I just want to make sure that you are able to like understand English. However, if you okay, let me put it this way. 要稍微确认一下你是能够听得懂英语的，因为我这个现在直播的内容主要的语言是英语。但是如果你能够听得懂英语的话，那就没问题了。Alrighty, let's get back to this. So, full translation. I just tell Special Dogo, if you're able to listen to English, then we're good. Otherwise, I might have to translate both forward and backwards. But hey, Alright, where were we? Because now the problem becomes okay, so let me close this. 400, 400, 400, 550. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just copy this 550 all across. Control. Wait, you know what? You know what? I have a better idea. Let me cut that so we don't need that anymore. And then we will just put it right. Oh. There we go. That fixed it. That should fix it. So we don't need a height anymore. That's for this. And then we don't need this anymore. That's for physics. Visuals. Alright, we don't need that. What else? Alright, there we go. That's for the harmonics. We hit save. Let me go here. Let me hit refresh. So all of them, they have that. Margin is 8. Oh wait, no. Padding. Padding is 16. That could be a thing stopping it from collapsing perfectly. Padding. Padding. Padding is 0. That should be good. So if that's the case, then okay. So that's hard. And then we have settings box. That's the name we have up there, right? Settings box. Alright, I think that's good. That 4 times to each of them. Alright, so we have that. It's safe. Let's see if this thing works. So, oh, yeah, okay, I have no idea what happened. What? Oh, right. set box open class list add settings box. Yeah, I forgot that. My bad. Hit save. So let's hit reset, and then boom. Okay, I think I know what do we need now. So every time, okay, let's come up over here, and then let's go with that. Control C, and then let's do the same thing for this. Boom. There we go. So meaning, I believe this means every time when it becomes this will happen. Okay, I hope that's it. Save. Refresh. Bam. Okay, I think we're almost there. Alright, something is off. Okay, height. Settings box, height. Okay, probably, okay, let's go with that. Width could be different. Let's see what happens. Okay, weird stuff. It keeps on just like bumping downwards. But why? Height. There we go, hit save. Alright, you know what, this is the part where I'm just going to shove my code into ChatGPT and then see how things are gonna work. So we have that. Okay, and then okay, so once we have that, okay, and then here we can say, here I have the CSS for both settings box and collapse box. And then once that is done, da, 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 da. Okay, and here I have the HTML function calling part, and here is the function that does the, well, toggling. All the toggling part is fine. However, when choosing a box to expand, the boxes suddenly drops to the next row. And the transition is not smooth. Why? And how to fix it? Control A, Control C. Alright. Now we just have to paste this entire thing over here. Bam. Oh. Okay, so that's the first fix. So that's for the settings box. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Oh. Oh. Okay, so we have to use the comma instead. Control X, comma, this thing. And then we'll just have to do the same thing again. X, this thing. Save. Next. Opacity. Oh, that's actually a pretty good one. Control S. Next. Padding. We also have that one, yes? Yes. Alright. Alright, hit save. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. Oh dear, this is not good. This is so not good. What? Okay, I believe that's not the case. Okay, still not exactly working. by using flex, all the items in the box goes from left to right, which is not desirable. Desirable. I wish to have the items inside the settings box goes from top to bottom. Without the box taking up the entire screen. Alright, let's see what it says. This is not helpful. It's just it's just making it more complex. Okay, that might help. Settings box. Still, it just bumps down. Well, you can see it just keeps on jumping up and down. Say auto with this one. Control hit save. Okay, every time when I go harmonics, why? All right, let me try this. Oh, did you just saw that? Okay. That's pretty weird. Oh, it's the wrapping, I suppose, is it? I think it's the wrapping. Okay. Overflow hidden. Oh wait, that will do. Control C. Let's see, settings box. Collapse. It's safe. Okay, still. Yeah, it still wraps things around. Overflow hidden. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Although both settings box and collapse box has overflow hidden, but the items are still wrapped. How can we let the items overflow outside the box, but getting hidden? Alright, let's see. Control C. Alright. This is the CSS styling so far. What is the changes need to be done with the fewest changes? And then another one, which is this one. Control C. Come back over here. Control V. Boom. Let's see. Add flex behavior to the parent container. Add this to both settings box and collapse box. Oh boy. This is a difficult one when it comes to weird things like this. Okay, at least we know this thing is done. And this thing is done. Okay, perhaps by default, let's go with, instead of settings box, we can go with collapse box. Control C. Do the same thing. 1, oh, 2, and 3. Alright, let's hit save. Hit save. Bam. Oh, that's more like it. Okay, that's the part where it becomes weird. Okay. This window is the part where it becomes weird. Or, technically speaking, every window. Alright, you know what? Let's see. HTML div height. What is outside? Overflow hidden. Oh, what's next? Ah, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. There we go. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Shut up, you ad. Shut up. Anyway, with this, it does not exactly work. Overflow hidden. That's what we have. Overflow hidden. Settings box. See? Overflow hidden. That's what we have. But it's still not working. Alright, what now? Alright, good. Cool. Okay, like, yeah, it's pretty smooth right now. Flex wrap. Alright, let's see what this thing does. Settings box. Hit save. Let's just hope that this does not make things look stupid. Okay, not that bad right now. Okay, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, and do the same thing. Hit save. Over here, refresh. Okay. Okay, every time when this thing is being squished, it just get very long and slick. Okay, how to avoid items getting wrapped without using flags. Oh. Okay, we can give this a try. Save. So paste. Paste. Save. Hey! This is exactly what we need. Sort of. It's just, okay, opacity. Okay, Control C, just let me change a little bit. Hit save. And then we can just okay. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let me just move this thing up here. Control C. Just in case, the problem now is this is what I have currently. Now the only problem is that the background color does not ease. Oh, so at the same time, I'm going to quickly speed run Duolingo before it hits 12. Wish me luck. Okay. Okay. Oh, that might work. Control C. Control S. Let's get back over here. Hey, there we go. That's more like it. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, just in case, I'm going to quickly take a small break, and then we will come back to this really quick. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Alright. So right now, I guess the only problem left is that sudden jump. Collapse box. Height. I don't think we're changing any height or anything. It's safe. Center row. Let's go with style. Height. 550 is the thing. 575. Save. I would say it's a stupid fix, but there we go. Alright, now, button. Plus, button long. Margin 5. Shall we go with, margin? Oh wait, no, that is padding. Okay. Padding 5. PX. Hit save. Hit save. Alright. Alright, my bad. I should have said padding left. Is it? There we go. And also padding right. 5 px. Hit save. Refresh. That's more like it. Oh boy, it looks beautiful. Okay. Now I just have to like make sure that this thing. Let's go with 600. It's safe. Alright, I think we're pretty good to go. So this means we can finally close this, and now we can upload this onto GitHub, and then hopefully things will change on this as well. So, let's see. Time to go to GitHub. So we can close this. Now, one important thing is we just have to remove this thing. Alright, hit save. We're good to go. Hit save. Hit save for this one. Alright. So we can close this. GitHub. And then there we go. So we have that. Yippee! Let me upload this thing. Let me throw this thing over here. We're gonna say white trail shift rotate zoom UI update. Yep. And then let's go. So now we have that, and then we just go take a look at actions, and then it'll be good. Yippee! I would say this is actually one of the short streams, because normally we'll just go 7 hours or 9 hours. I don't know. Alright, we got that. There we go. Yippee! It's now online. Alright, let's see if it works. Hey, it's right there. Wow, look at that transition. That's smooth. That transition is so smooth. Damn. Look at it. Damn, look at that. That's good. Oh wow. That's actually pretty good. So if I were to go F11 for this one, so now we can actually just copy this, paste it over here, and then we can go to 2.5, config, 125, 64, 5. And then physics. Okay, let's not care about that right now. If I were to go to 8, and then for this one I'll go with 3. 3 should be good. Boom. So right now this is what we have by default, which means this will just go around and around and around. However, there's one thing we can change. With the new update, here's what we can do right now. In harmonics, we can say, alright, right now, the first radius, it's not going to spin. It's going to have a frequency of 0. Now the next thing we can do is we can go here to physics, and then we just put that frequency in the rotation slot instead. And then we'll just go config. Oh wait, I forgot to config this as well. Alright, my bad. I might put it in the wrong rotation direction, so it should be negative instead. There we go, that's more like it. Wait, just wait. It will reveal itself. So here we have it. So one thing we can do is we'll just come here and then we'll just say fine, 1000 should be good. Cool. Instead of yep, there we go. So as you can see, you can imagine like this thing is drawing on a spinning table. And then another thing we can do is, well, we can come here to physics, and then we can say zoom. Let's say 1. Oh dear. Okay, that's not a good idea. 0.001. So for this one, it zooms out like a spiral. So, other than spinning, now it zooms out. Or I can just let it okay, I can let it stay for like, there we go. Now, caution, it might become a little bit laggy. Now as you can see, things starts to spiral out. Now it may become a mess, but I think it should be fine. Another good thing though, which is easy to see, let's say right now I don't want any rotation, so I'll just have that instead. Harmonics 22.5. Boom. Okay, I think I can have that. There we go. Alright, perhaps we need to cut the trails. Let's go down 1000. Just in case, warning, this is what happens when we have way too much coordinates outside the canvas. Things starts to lag out and does not work. Um, 500. There we go. Yep. So this is one thing. So this is one of the new stuff. Another thing that we can definitely start with is this. Boop. Okay, that might not be easy to see. Okay, we can crank up the time scale. This will just end up with a star. However, the star is also expanding. So this is one of the features though. Let's see, what else? Zoom. Alright, harmonics 60. Alright, let's have a rotation of -60. And then we can set this thing 0. Hit save. Right now it's just gonna spin in circles. But once I start configuring physics, there we go. Because now the table starts spinning, and it just spins at the right frequency and speed, and we end up with this. This is actually fun. This is mesmerizing. So what we can do? Let's make this thing 2, 1. center it instead. Bam. Now we have this. It's just we have to make time scale a lot slower so we can see what is happening. Trail length. Let's go 1500. There we have that. Harmonics 400 0 0.5. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Oh, this. Okay, I'll have that. What if it's 1? Oh, now we got lovely pedals. You know what? I wish if some of the teachers saw this, I wish they shared this with their students. Or perhaps they can give me feedback so at least I know what I can add. But this is what we have so far. Oh! I almost forgot one thing. One important thing. So right now we don't have to rely on the X and Y trails in order to give us the sine wave and all that stuff. All we need to do right now is here we go to physics. We'll come here. We'll start config. So it will get stuck like that. Now if we come back over here, let's go with 360. 0, 1. Another one is negative 3. Okay. There we go. Bam. Okay, my bad. With a phase of 90. There we go. So now it goes up and down. Now what we can do is X speed. Okay, that's a slow one. Okay, still too slow. Still way too slow. 64. Alright, that's a decent sine wave. Can we go quicker? Now, some of you might be thinking, why do we need 2 vectors in order to draw this sine wave? Don't we just only need 1? Let me show you what will happen if we have 1. You're going to get this cycloid. It's not exactly a perfect sine wave because the white light is being emitted by this red tracker or red ball. That is different from what we have. This is different from what we have. Let me show you. For this one, you can see the green one keeps track of its y coordinate, but it always starts at x equals 0. Now the white one keeps track of its x and y position, but right now in physics, we're just giving the white particles a push to the right. So in this case, this is why we need 2 vectors in order to make sure that the red ball is just going up and down. So keep in mind. Now you might be thinking, alright, cool, but what's the difference? The difference is, for the green one, the newer values are being added to the right. and the older values are getting squished outside and not drawn. For the white one over here, for now, the new ones are added on the left. Old ones are getting squished outside, which is a little bit unintuitive when it comes to like if you want to sketch out the graph, because on the graph or a Cartesian plane, the newer values are actually on the right hand side. Like for example, as x or time goes by, the value is actually scrolling right. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. But other than that, it should be good. Let's close this. Alright, physics. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. Let me do this. The rotation. Let's do that. Yes, you can do that. Might be a little bit too slow. Can we go faster? Well, with this, we can actually just start having fun. Alright. I think it's actually pretty good for me to end the stream right here. So for those, and also at the same time, I'm hopping on to VR chat. So for those who want to see me, Alright, I think this is actually a pretty good stopping point. Alright, so this is now available on the website. So yeah, have fun. Just look for these buttons and then you can just go crazy with it. Alright, and everything should be the same as everything else. Alright, thanks for watching. How long we've been streaming? 2.5 hours? Okay, not bad, not bad. Alright, okay. Alright, for those who stick to the end, thanks for watching. I'm Mixer Sharp Razor from Remote 2007 Ultra, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye bye!